Okay, so Superman has super strength for his powers. And Batman is filthy rich, which effectively enables him to buy superpowers. But all of the really smart guys are supervillains. So what does that say about our culture? Wait, Peter Parker was really smart. He was a really smart guy. Well, I'll tell you one thing that it says about us. It says that DC Comics sucks compared to Marvel Comics. Well, as usual, I have about 10 videos that I'm working on at the moment, but as this thing right here is sitting here cooking right now to try to remove some of the moisture out of the paint, I'm kind of at an impasse on the video that I'm presently working on. So I figured I would take the opportunity to break the fourth wall for once and discuss a little bit about videography. I don't usually film with a tripod. I know that's probably surprising because you probably think that that's effectively the only way to do it, but I'll show you what I actually do use. So for the remainder of this video, I will use the tripod. Now this is the way that you're probably accustomed to hearing me and seeing me, relatively speaking, but this is what I'll be using to film from now on. This is a Nikon J2. This bit here is homemade. This was purchased at, well, after an exhaustive amount of reading on the subject, but also at the recommendation of Matthias, who has far more experience with video than I do. After playing with it for a couple of days, I'm unquestionably pleased with it, and it can be had online for only a couple $100. It's very inexpensive compared to some of the other things, but that's because it's already obsolete. They have a new model coming out so quickly that you can really get quite a product just from last year's model for much, much less of a price. Okay, now over to this. This is the device that I've been using to record for the last 100 or so videos, and I have to say that I'm glad to see it go. Every so often I would use this sort of thing. Well, it doesn't matter if it breaks at this point. Besides, I've gone through about 3 of them. 90% of the time when 95% of the time when filming, I'm using this. This is my tripod. There are not many like it, and this one is mine. This is an old motor. I don't even remember if it works because it's far more important to me as a tripod. It allows me to swivel along this axis. This intersection here is made from a piece of high-density polyethylene, which was a cutoff from a lathe turning that I made in order to make a polyethylene rolling pin for in the kitchen. And yes, polyethylene can be threaded, and I've moved these so many thousands of times that I have to say that I'm fairly impressed with the ability for polyethylene to take a tap. This is from a chemistry ring stand. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already or not, but here's how it works. And you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, I cannot believe he's done this so many times. But it's actually not as difficult as you might think. Once you become accustomed to the adjustments, it moves along just about every possible rotation, and I can really use it to zoom in on just about anything that I want. And the ability for it to reach over is how I get those incredibly close up to the blade table saw shots. Well, I hope you enjoyed the new look and sound of upcoming videos. And I will leave you with a teaser of the video that I'm working on now, and a quick shop tour.